Hey everybody, Motorport 59 here. How about the Super Bowl, huh? How about the Super Bowl and all this stuff with halftime show with Bad Bunny? I don't know. I haven't watched a Super Bowl since 2000. I think I watched the Super Bowl in 2017, but the last regular season game I watched was sometime in the middle of 2017. For those of you who don't know, one of my grandsons is Ryan Matthews. Was a running back for the Chargers and for the Eagles, and the last regular season game I watched was the last game in which he played. And I haven't watched football since, and it has nothing to do with politics or Colin Kaepernick kneeling or BLM or any other crap that everybody got pissed off about. But most of those people who pissed and moaned about that are still watching the NFL, and that's fine, whatever. That's not my affair. That's theirs. I don't care. But the reason I stopped watching the NFL was because I saw the direction in which Roger Goodell was taking it. I could see the whole gambling thing coming. Fantasy football is gigantic, and the NFL makes a ton of money off some of those official fantasy leagues, and they make a killing from the legalized gambling, online gambling and stuff. They have a big chunk of that. And in my opinion, at the time, I told friends, I don't know, I might have made a video about it. I don't know. He was going to sell the NFL out for gambling. And he was also turning it into professional, in my opinion, professional touch football. Running backs can't lower their heads. You can't fart within 15 yards of a receiver. You can't hit somebody who's running across the middle. Football's a smash mouth game. People are supposed to get hurt. People are supposed to be talking out of their ear holes after they get hit running across the middle. If some of these rules would have been in effect with runners like Earl Campbell, Walter Payton, they would have never done anything. They would have never done anything because they couldn't lower their head and knock the snot out of defenders. And I couldn't stand it. And I couldn't stand Roger Goodell either. So, yeah. I stopped watching the NFL, and I don't miss it. I wasn't a rabid fan. I watched it, and on Sundays I usually didn't unless I was not doing something. But if there was a Harley ride, I was going to do the dirt bikes or whatever I was going to do. If I had to work or whatever, I just recorded the games that I wanted to watch. And I was a Raiders fan and preferred watching the Raiders lose. And I don't miss that. I don't miss the bruises and the flat spots on my head from going, I can't believe it. But seriously, I don't miss football at all. Not one bit. I see these people going crazy about things that are happening and the refs and it's rigged, and I don't even care. I don't care. And the reason I'm bringing this up is with all this hoopla surrounding the Super Bowl. I didn't even know who was playing in the Super Bowl this year until earlier today. I was watching the PGA tournament at Torrey Pines in San Diego, and they mentioned that the Patriots and the Seahawks. Is that who's playing? I guess. I still don't care. But I don't see a lot of people talking about it on Facebook. But you know what I do see on Facebook and on Instagram is crap about Bad Bunny. I don't know who Bad Bunny is. When I was watching Super Bowls, when I used to watch football, I didn't even watch the halftime shows. I didn't care. I remember the year Prince was the entertainment. I was at a Super Bowl party and we were outside talking and having fun and came back in there, you guys missed. Oh my God, it was so great. Same thing. I think it was the last Super Bowl I watched in 2017 when Katy Perry, who I am not a fan of. Anyway, same thing. Went outside, did what we were doing, came back in. Oh my God, it was such a beautiful show. And she was on an elephant or whatever. I don't know. I didn't care. And if I were still watching football, I wouldn't care. I know people who watched the Super Bowl just to see the halftime shows. Some people who watch just to see the commercials. I was a Raiders fan, I liked the Patriots way before Tom Brady, and I liked Tampa Bay. And unless one of those teams was playing in the Super Bowl, I really didn't pay much attention to the game itself either. What got me to thinking about this morning was on my Facebook, somebody, an acquaintance, and this is a person I actually know in real life. It's not just a Facebook thing. And it was like, had Bad Bunny in quotation marks and little, whatever they call emojis or something on, and it said, "Why can't we all just accept each other and just be happy?" Okay, I don't care about Bad Bunny. If I were still watching Super Bowl football, I just wouldn't watch the halftime show, like I never did anyway. If you're a conservative and this bothers you that much, stop watching the NFL. Either that or stop freaking complaining about it. Shut up. Be silent, because they're going to do what they're going to do. Somebody that I know who's actually gay, it's actually a couple of girls I know, this came up, not the Bad Bunny thing. Yeah, it was when they first announced it, and they were visiting, and they said, "Oh, what do you think about this?" And I said, "I think that the NFL is going to do whatever the NFL is going to do, and people aren't going to boycott it. They're just talking out their asses, and they're still going to watch it, and they're still going to go, and the NFL knows that, and the advertisers know that, so they're not going to pull Bad Bunny or anyone else or any other commercial. They're going to do what they want to do." And if that bothers you as a conservative, stop watching. I didn't stop watching because I'm a conservative. I stopped watching because I'm an actual, real, honest-to-God football fan of the way it used to be. But if you don't like it, don't watch it. And if the pendulum swings the other way and you're a liberal and you don't like what they're doing, don't watch it. Don't watch it or shut the frick up. Nobody gives a shit but you and the people who agree with you. And one side or the other isn't going to change the mind of the NFL or the advertisers. It never has and it never will. Getting back to the, why can't we all just get along and be happy, whatever. Okay. As I said, okay. Does that apply to the other side? Does that apply to us? Does that apply to our opinions? Absolutely not. And you know it doesn't. We're not allowed, people like me, and hey, I'm socially, I'm pretty liberal. I don't care what other people do, as long as it don't push it on me. Don't tell me I have to believe this or have to believe that, because I don't push my stuff on you. You ask me who and what I am, and I'll tell you. Chances are you're going to get mad and stomp off anyway, so what do I care? But those kind of people who say that's not really what they mean. What they really mean is, why can't you all just like us and accept us and support us? And if you don't, you're a bunch of homophobes or racists or thises or that's or some other label that they like to put on people to try to push them into a corner that they hope they can't get out of. And that's not going to happen to me. Not just because I don't like football. It's not that I don't like football. I just don't watch it anymore. And not just because of that, but because of who and what I am. I won't be pushed around by anyone for any reason. And that's that. I don't know. How do you feel about all this? Are you going to watch the Super Bowl? Are you going to watch the halftime show? Are you not? Are you going to stop watching the NFL? Are you going to shut up about it if you're not? If you're in one of those boxes, listen to what I said, because everyone's in one of those boxes. Which one are you in? And are you really comfortable in that box? If you are, hey, fine. But if you're not, do something about it. Thanks.